Hello everyone, it's Sandra, and no matter how hard I try to come up with new, fun, exciting little intros for these videos, I fall short. And I just can't help but reverting to my default. Today, I'm doing an anti-haul. In recent times, I have tried to be a bit more mindful about my consumption, a bit more considered about each product that I add to my collection, and even calling it a collection. Like, I don't want to just collect pretty things just for the sake of collecting so much anymore. I just want to have a really curated selection of awesome products that bring me great joy every single time I use them. So I'm going to talk about some recent beauty launches. Some of them have fully launched, some of them are just slated to launch later for fall, that kind of caught my eye, and perhaps in other times I would have bit the bullet and purchased these items, but in my current state of just trying to be a bit more mindful about my purchases, I'm not going to buy them. The items that we're talking about are new. They're either new releases or they're not even out yet. They're slated to come out for, sometime soon for fall 2021. And they're all just kind of, they're products that have enticed me, products that have been on my radar, or products from brands that I either used to really like or brands that I still like, but the product just isn't really, enticing me. So let's start with item number one, which is the Glossier Bronzer. Now, this was probably one of the most underwhelming, disappointing launches from Glossier. This and their Play line. When they launched their Play line, I was very underwhelmed and disappointed by that too. I just feel like these launches they just get so hyped up, and they do such a good job with their marketing and creating excitement. But ultimately, for me, they just fall short. It's like kind of like a sheer formula with luminosity to it, has a doe foot applicator. This product is not for me. My ideal bronzer is matte. I do have some texture, I have some acne scarring, and I like to be in control of where I'm placing luminosity on my face. I don't like it to be everywhere, essentially, especially not in all the areas where I'm bronzed. So for me, the Glossier Bronzer fell short. The colors seem a bit odd as well, and it just doesn't, I don't think it has like rave reviews either. I feel like a lot of people were maybe disappointed. The cream bronzer that I have in my collection right now that I am really enjoying is from Jouer. This is the Jouer bronzing stick, and I have this in the shade Sunset Skinny Dip. On one end, we have a nice matte bronzer. It's a beautiful, kind of like a contour bronzing shade. Wearing this today. And then they also have a highlight stick on the other end, which is also really pretty. Just don't like to have, especially when it comes to cream products and cream bronzers, I only like to kind of have one going at a time. I try to be more careful with cream products because they do tend to go bad more quickly than powders. So I kind of, especially for bronzer, for a cream bronzer, I have kind of like a one in, one out policy. So when I used up my Clarins SOS bronzer, the liquid bronzer that I was using as part of my Project Pan, I opened this, and this is now my cream bronzer. This I received in PR. But no matter, if I'm accepting a product from a brand or I'm buying the product myself, I still kind of try to follow this one in, one out policy with certain categories, and bronzer is one of them. So this is my current cream bronzer, and we're saying no to the Glossier one. Next up is actually a whole brand. It's a new brand that theoretically kind of should spark joy and curiosity, and I am a fan of the Valentino brand. I think that they have really beautiful clothing. So when they launched Beauty, I just was really underwhelmed. I mean, it looks beautiful. The packaging is cool, and it looks like a nice solid range, but I think I'm just kind of burned out still, and I'm just not as excited by new brand launches as I used to. I feel like maybe, I don't know, if this was 2012 or something like that, I would be a lot more excited. They're all kind of the same. It's the same thing, right? A fashion brand that ends up going, then they go to fragrance, and then the natural extension after a fragrance would be color cosmetics, right? So I understand why Valentino Beauty exists from like a beauty standpoint, but for me as a consumer, I'm not like that diehard of a Valentino brand fan to warrant going into Valentino Beauty, and none of the products have really sparked that interest and that curiosity in me yet. Not to say that it won't in the future. Like I said, I do think they did a great job. It's a really nicely executed launch, but just hasn't really done it for me, you know? Another launch from Hermes Beauty. And honestly, I really wonder who the creative director of Hermes Beauty is, because this highlighter, I don't know if it's out yet or if it's coming out for fall winter. Again, it's giving me like 2012 beauty community days when we were all losing our minds over like the most metallic, most high impact powder highlight. I feel like makeup trends and makeup has shifted from that, and we're not really into those high impact metallic powder highlights anymore. And if we are, I feel like it's done by other brands really, really well. Like, I don't think it's worth spending Hermes Beauty money on a product that you won't be reaching for every single day. Unless you are a makeup collector and you want to have it as a collector's item. For me, it just seems like an odd direction. I feel like so many brands at different price points make that impactful powder highlight really, really well. Do we need another one? I mean, I certainly don't. And when was the last time, when was the time any of us have used up a powder highlight? The closest I've personally come was using up the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette, but that one wasn't a standalone highlighter palette. That one had different things, and I could use that to set my entire face, but I personally have never used up an entire powder highlight. This is what I used today. I used Vesca Wish. So that's what I'm wearing today, and I did enjoy putting it on, so I'm happy with what I have in the realm of powder highlights. I am not in the market for a new one, and like I mentioned, I've never used one up anyway. So, and this is the other powder highlight that I have if I want something. This is more like a winter powder highlight. Fort de France by NARS, stunning formula. And then this is Wish from Vesca. I love the Vesca highlighters because they come in a small package. Like, maybe I will be able to actually use this up, but yeah, it's a no for me when it comes to more powder highlights. Now, the next two items on my anti-haul list are complexion products, and complexion products are the hardest thing for me to say no to because I love to try a new foundation, and these two are by brands whose complexion products I generally really enjoy. And the first thing we have is from Estee Lauder. I have it pulled up here on my phone so I can explain it better, but it's a new member of the famous Double Wear family. Estee Lauder Double Wear is an iconic foundation. They came out with Double Wear Sheer Long Wear Makeup. So, not to be confused with Double Wear Light. I thought that Double Wear Light already has that covered if you want a sheer version of the original Double Wear, but now they came out with Double Wear Sheer, which looks to be even thinner. And the copy on their website says, weightless, fresh feeling makeup with lasting all day long wear. Skin looks healthy, natural, authentic, visibly perfected with a softly diffused matte finish. My makeup tastes have changed over time, and I'm no longer into that really full-on high coverage look. So this new one sounds interesting. I mean, it would be interesting to try, but for me personally, if I want a sheer, fresh skin, but that's like softly matte and has great staying power, I stick with Dior Face and Body, which is the foundation I'm wearing today. And I love this. There's nothing I don't like about this foundation, so why try something new when I already have a favorite? The next foundation product that is on my list is from YSL, and it's from their YSL New Bare Look Tint. Now, I don't know if YSL is going to do this thing with the new range Similar how Giorgio Armani has the Neo Nude range, which is, it's kind of like a makeup range within a range that tends to be the less coverage and more skincare makeup hybrid type of thing. To me, it seems like that's what they're trying to do, and this YSL New Bare Look tint really gives me Giorgio Armani Neo Nude foundation vibes. I haven't compared the ingredients list, but both YSL Beauty and Armani Beauty are owned by the same parent company, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was like some cross-pollination going on. Even in the presentation of the product, they both come in tubes, and to be honest, I like the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude foundation, but I don't love it. Like once I use this up, I wouldn't run out to repurchase. There are other foundations that I like, and I would be more tempted to try something new other than stick to this. So I don't know. I won't be, you know, knocking on YSL's door, dying to try this new foundation anytime soon. Although historically, YSL foundations have been some of my favorites. I really, really like the All Hours foundation. I'm good on complexion products for now. Next up, we have a Chanel beauty release, and this was probably the closest I've come to actually making a purchase. It's the Chanel Fall 2021 collection. I just love the way that they presented this collection online. They kind of had 4 color families, like 4 little stacks of products. There was a nail polish, a lip product, a liquid eyeshadow, and like an eyeliner eyeshadow stick. I really, really loved the red nail polish. There was this beautiful burnished warm red nail polish that I almost bought, but then I was like, I don't need another nail polish. So I painted my nails red with a red nail polish that I already have and love. They're not similar by any means. The one that I'm wearing today, this is Essie Flashed. This is a lot brighter than the Chanel red that I was looking at, but you know what? It kind of satisfied that craving. Then I heard that the liquid eyeshadows were actually not that good, so that kind of turned me off. And then when it comes to the shadow sticks, there was one that was really beautiful. It was a taupey gray with a bit of shimmer running through it. That was really, really interesting, and that's the type of color that I love to wear on my lower lash line. But then I was like, I already have this color in a different formula, so I busted out my oldie but goodie Avant Premier Quad from Giorgio Armani, and this color is like exactly that color that I was looking for from the Chanel shadow stick. So I've just been wearing this on my lower lash line with my trusty Refer pencil brush, and I kind of satisfied my craving for that Chanel product because I have that color. I have it in a different formula, and it gave me the look that I was looking for. So that's that. Last but not least, we have a product that I was so close, again, really close to buying because I think it is beautiful. And you know how I feel about Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. Pat McGrath is one of the few brands that can still get me excited about eyeshadow palettes, and their new, I think it's Mothership 9 Utopian Dream palette is just beautiful. The colors are so fun. It makes me happy just looking at it, and it's going to make me really happy seeing people create beautiful looks with that palette. But ultimately, when I think about myself and I think about my habits and I think about my day-to-day life, I'm just boring. I'm boring, and I have to accept my boringness. I'm going to stick to my Mothership 7? Was this 7 or 8? This was Divine Rose 2, which I bought. I think I bought it last summer. Love this, you know. This can still get me excited, get me happy, and I have my favorite Mothership palette from Pat McGrath is the Mothership 5. This is the one that I use the most. This is like the Bronze Seduction one. So I'm going to just enjoy the ones that I have, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun watching people's tutorials with the new palette, but I just don't think I don't think I would use it if I had it. And I'm trying to kind of only buy stuff that I know that I will really use. So no matter how much I love it, I love the idea of it and how much it makes me happy and excited every time I look at it, I just know that I wouldn't wear it enough to justify the expenditure, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the beautiful swatches I see of it on Instagram and the beautiful looks that I see created with it. And I actually rediscovered an old discontinued eyeshadow. Something that I like to do whenever I get really tempted by new eyeshadow product is I just go and kind of like lay out all my single shadows, and I look at my eyeshadow palettes and I just kind of have a little play session, open things up and see, oh, I haven't used this in a while, and it kind of gets me excited and re-inspired again, and I kind of just shop my own stash. So this is the eyeshadow product that I've rediscovered. I've been using it almost every day. I'm wearing it right now. Unfortunately, it is discontinued. I don't think it's available anymore, but Starfish by Chantecaille is very similar, which I also have because I like to buy the same colors over and over again. But yeah, this is just what I've been wearing a lot. Pink Heather by Burberry. That is about it for me. Those are all the beauty products that have kind of been on my radar, but that I'm not going to be buying going into fall. Let me know what products you're eyeing, what products you're talking yourself out of in the comment section below. As always, I love talking to you about this stuff because none of my friends are really as crazy obsessed with makeup as I am, so it's really fun to kind of have friends online to chat about this stuff with. So I'll be talking to you in the comment section below. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!